first period English class to another episode of Fireside Chats. I'm your host, Sir Bernard Courtingham, and today's novel, The Dreams of Ralph. Let's begin, shall we? Chapter 1. The First Dream. Ralph was dreaming. He had fallen asleep after what seemed like hours of tossing and turning noisily among the dry leaves. Even the sounds of the nightmare from the other shelters no longer reached him, for he was back to where he came from, feeding ponies with sugar over the garden wall. Then someone was shaking his arm, telling him that it was time for tea. Ralph! Tea! You may think these dreams are utter rubbish, but a deeper meaning is held within. Ralph's willingness to escape from an island of pure human essence shows just how much he relies on civilization to tame the beast that is mankind. On the island, Ralph finds that wilderness often walks hand in hand with pure human nature. Therefore, it is only natural that he would want to return to a land where the creatures of the wild had been tamed to such an extent that they would eat out of his bare hands. Chapter 2. The Second Dream. Suppose they could be transported home by jet. Then before morning they would land at the big airfield in Wiltshire. They would go by car. No, for things to be perfect they would go by train, all the way down to Devon, and take that cottage again. Then, at the foot of the garden, the wild ponies would come and look over the wall. Ralph turned restlessly in the leaves. Dartmoor was wild, and so were the ponies, but the attraction of the wilderness had gone. His mind skated to a consideration of a tamed town where savagery could not set foot. What could be safer than a bus centre with its lamps and wheels? All at once, Ralph was dancing round the lamp standard. There was a bus crawling out of the bus station. A strange bus. At the beginning of Ralph's second dream, he continues to yearn for a trip back to civilization. He even goes as far as to map out the trip from the island, all the way to where he could feed ponies once more. However, Ralph soon has an epiphany, that even his cottage was the wild, and surely the humans who formed the beast would return once more. To escape these creatures once and for all, he decides the safest location to hide would be a modern bus center, forged out of steel, cement, and rubber. However, Ralph was mistaken. Even in a place where the wilderness has been beaten to the ground, a strange bus can be found, carrying the savagery humanity contains. Wacko! Wizard! Wow, what a great story. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, and learned a thing or two about Ralph and his dreams. This has been a presentation of Wacko Wizard Productions. I'm your host, Sir Bernard Courtingham, and remember, if you are ever stuck on an island, always keep the signal fire going. Thank you, and drive home safely.